I tell y'all? If y'all not irritating me, y'all amusing me. Boy, y'all funny. Y'all funny. Some of y'all funny as hell. What am I referring to? Now, you know, I've always mentioned that my followers send me different links to other podcasters' videos and this and that. Guess what somebody said about me in somebody's comment section? You know, the photo of me with my 2 BDSM subs? Somebody tried to suggest that I photoshopped that. They said, Roger Currie, man, I don't believe that's really him in that photo with those women. I think he photoshopped that. You can't make this shit up, man. So, neither does this guy who made this comment know, but my Patreon exclusive members know. Those pictures are from a video. And I showed portions of the video on my Patreon exclusive page where I'm tongue kissing both of these women and sucking on their nipples. So what does he think I was? I hired an actor who looked like me to tongue kiss him and suck on their nipples? I mean, really? Really? Like, I'm really going to make an effort to Photoshop myself into a picture of some young, beautiful, sexy women to impress people on YouTube. Insert dog face here. Look into the camera and tell the ladies that you love being daddy's obedient good bitch.
I love being daddy's obedient good bitch.
I love being daddy's obedient good bitch.
And daddy likes squeezing on these nice round soft asses. Motherfucker, y'all ain't that important to me. For me to go through those type of efforts to try to impress y'all. I ain't got to lie on my dick. I ain't never got to lie on my dick. Believe that shit. Roger Currie and people who know me in real life wouldn't even throw such an accusation at me because they know I ain't got to lie on my dick. Photoshopping myself into a picture. Now, I mentioned on a few videos, I like to keep stuff KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. So I don't like to get real intellectual and academic and detailed. For example, talking about stuff like logical fallacies and all that type of stuff. But I gotta bring one of those concepts into play here. And I think my more intelligent, educated listeners and viewers are very familiar with this concept. It's known as the straw man argument. The straw man argument. Straw man argument in simple terms is if I'm presenting, say, argument ABC, and you offer a response, if you offered a response or rebuttal to argument ABC, then of course you would be on the verge of getting a discussion or legitimate debate started. But if I present argument ABC and you offer a response or rebuttal to argument DEF or XYZ, in other words, something that ain't got nothing to do with what I was talking about, then you're presenting a straw man. You're presenting a straw man. Let me give a simple example. If I'm presenting the argument that all women have the potential to engage in promiscuous and or polyamorous sexual behavior. And you said, Alan, I beg to differ. I think women are inherently monogamous. I think it is their true nature to exhibit strictly monogamous behavior. Matter of fact, the singer named Akon, A-K-O-N, presented that recently in an interview with the radio personality Sway. He said it was women's true nature to be strictly monogamous. I don't know nothing about this Akon, but Akon, you're on the verge of getting a dog face, bro. I don't know nothing about you, so don't take it personal. But I'm going to have to give you a dog face. You keep saying stupid shit like that. But anyway, if somebody offered a response and rebuttal saying, no, Alan, I don't think women's natural tendency is to lean towards promiscuous and or polyamorous behavior. I think their nature is to exhibit strictly monogamous behavior. Then that would be an appropriate response or rebuttal, because you're directly addressing what I presented. But let's say I presented that same assertion that I think women, not that all women are promiscuous or polyamorous, but they have the potential to be or the capability to be. And your response or rebuttal was, well, Alan, you know, there's a lot of women who are married, and statistics show that there's a high percentage of women that are married and engaged to be married. And I know a lot of women that get long-term boyfriends. And see, if you went that route, you would be presenting a number of straw mans. I ain't got shit to do with what I said. I don't care if you tell me that women are married or women who are engaged to be married or women get boyfriends. What does that got to do with what I said? Nothing. Somebody calling me. I thought I turned off my phone. So in response to not only my last video about angry, bitter men, but I would say my last two videos, some guys have been writing me either in my comment section, emails, Facebook inbox message, presenting straw man, various forms of straw man arguments. Okay, first of all, let's identify the argument. What's the argument I presented in my, and I'll deal with two videos, my next to last video and my last video. In my next to last video, my main argument was the second wave of feminism, along with some other factors, such as the introduction of the birth control pill, the free love movement, otherwise known as the sexual revolution, the legalization of prostitution. That's coming too, I heard. Legalization, New York is going to try out legalization of prostitution, legalization of abortion. Basically, that whole period between 1960 and 1974. I say in my book, The Beta Male Revolution, I say in that book that period profoundly changed male-female intersexual dynamics. Without getting too lengthy, too detailed, it made women, society gave women a green light to feel more comfortable engaging in sexual relations with men before marriage and just generally outside the context of marriage, which consequently led to women putting more specialized interests in men. See, women don't have to look for a guy who's the total package. That was the gist of my next to last video. Now, women are in a position where they could get guys for specialized needs. They could get one guy just for good, satisfying dick. They could get one guy for just flattering and entertaining conversation. They could get one guy for financial favors. They can get another guy if they sad or feeling bored to be an emotionally empathetic listening ear. They can get another guy to join them at the bowling alley every other Friday when they want to go bowling, and so on and so on. Women could get a guy for every need they have now without any real consequence. And some people have tried to present counter arguments to that assertion by saying, well, Alan, the reason why this is the case is because Women have gained too much political power. They have too much of a voice in society. Women are taking good jobs away from men. This Me Too movement is bullshit. What does that got anything to do with what I said in that next to last video? What does any of that shit get to do? Seriously, what does that got to do with anything? Hashtag straw man argument. Hey, a lot of these responses I got to my next to last video didn't have shit to do with what I actually said. Last video. The gist of that video was there's a lot of men on YouTube that, number one, just do a lot of whining and complaining about the flaws and weaknesses of women's behavior and their nature. That's all they do. You know what? Let me go on a quick digression, side note here. There's a lot of podcasters on YouTube who are clever as fuck, man. At first I was tempted to hate on these guys, but these guys are clever, man. See, my business mind is always ticking. My business mind is always ticking. So I'm always looking for ways to improve my own business, and I always examine how people do business. There's a lot of MGTOW-oriented podcasters and other whiny, complaining type podcasters that are clever. You might say, Alan, how so? Say, look at me. I'm in business to help guys improve some aspect of their love life, their sex life, and their overall social life with women. That's what I'm in business to do, is to help men ultimately improve some aspect of their love life, their sex life, and their overall social life with women. So over a period of time, if I fail to do that with the vast majority of my clients, my book sales are going to decline. The number of email consultations that get purchased are going to decline. The number of Skype and telephone consultations that are purchased are going to decline. My one-on-one face-to-face coaching sessions are going to decline. My number of Patreon subscribers is going to decline. My overall income in general is going to decline. If I don't have a good number of men who are my clients and followers and supporters and subscribers who don't feel like my knowledge, wisdom, insight, and advice is helping them improve some area of their life, specifically as it relates to interacting with women, then ultimately my income is going to go down. Just like if you're a personal nutritionist, you're only going to stay in business and get paid if you help people genuinely improve their eating habits and their nutrition. If you're a health and fitness trainer, you're only going to stay in business as long as you're helping a man improve some aspect of his physique or helping a woman improve some aspect of her figure. That's the only way you're going to stay in business. Get it? Here's the clever thing that a lot of men do on YouTube with a lot of these romantically and sexually frustrated beta males and incel types and TFL, true force loneliness types, etc. They're making money, making guys feel comfortable not improving themselves. That's brilliant. When you really think about it, that is brilliant, man. I can't even hate on that. Dude, somebody sent me a link to this guy. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to disparage his brother because, he ain't never said nothing negative about me, so I don't want to say nothing negative about him. But he did a video that somebody wanted me to watch. He did a video called Why Men Shouldn't Cohabitate with Women. As people know, that's what I'm on the verge of doing, is cohabitating. And I'm listening to this brother. Oh, I just told his race. So now y'all know he black. I said brother. And again, man, this dude, I don't know much about him. I don't want to disparage this dude. He might be a good dude. But I ended up watching excerpts from at least 2 or 3 of his videos. This dude does not really give any advice on how to connect with women. Like almost none. All his commentary is basically centers around why you should feel good avoiding women. Why you should feel good about yourself because you're not pursuing women for marriage. Because you're not pursuing women for a long-term relationship. Because you're not pursuing women for one-night stands and weekend flings. But this dude be getting people, he be getting like 50,000 plus people watching his videos. He got more subscribers than I do. I ain't checked his Patreon page, but I'm sure he got a number of Patreons. But yet, he's making money, making guys feel better about themselves by not connecting with women. And there's a number of other guys. I could go down at least a list of a half a dozen guys or more on YouTube like that. They're earning money, whether it's through YouTube, Google AdSense, or through Patreon, PayPal, Cash App, whatever. And all they do is vent about what's fucked up about women, which makes guys watch them say, yeah, you right. Women are fucked up, man. Women are fucked up. You right, man. You right, coach. Avoid women. Let's call it a fictional guy, coach, avoid women. You're right, coach, avoid women. You are right, man. These women are bitches. They scandalous. They untrustworthy. They adulterous and unfaithful. They materialistic. They manipulative. They stupid. And they got too much power politically. You're right, coach, avoid women, man. Let me send you $200 through PayPal because I just love your commentary. And these motherfuckers just making a killing. Using the analogy, I just talked about a nutritionist and a personal trainer. That would be like me being the antithesis of a nutritionist or personal trainer. Like I get on YouTube and say, hey man, fuck all that eating healthy shit. Y'all need to feel good about eating hot fudge sundaes and double cheeseburgers and fried chicken and french fries. Y'all should feel good about that. And everybody like, yeah, you right, man. Fuck all this healthy eating shit. Fruits and vegetables and all that healthy food. I want to eat bullshit food. Alan, you so right, man. You making me feel good about eating bullshit. I'm like, yeah. Now, subscribe to my Patreon page. Yeah, Alan Roger Currie, the bullshit junk food advisor. Top bullshit junk food advisor in the world. Damn, man, that Alan Roger Currie, man, he be breaking it down. He be telling me it's okay to eat McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love Alan Roger Currie, man. He tells me to eat bullshit food. Or instead of being a health and fitness trainer, I'm the antithesis of a health and fitness trainer. I say, man, fuck all this exercise and doing cardio and aerobics and working out with weights. Man, I think you should feel comfortable being a fat slob. You know, society discriminates against fat slobs. Don't allow that to happen. Take pride in being a fat slob. Take pride in it. Be a fat slob. Guys like, yeah, man, I knew something was wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being obese. It ain't nothing wrong with being 100 pounds overweight. I love Alan Roger Currie because he makes me feel good about being a lazy fat ass. That's right. Join me for another video called How to Be a Proud Lazy Fat Ass. Shit, man. I mean, how can you hate on that? It's brilliant. It literally is. It's brilliant. You get all these guys that get on a video and they'll essentially say women ain't shit. Women's behavior is all kinds of sorts of fucked up. You should avoid them. You should never propose marriage to them. You should never want to be a woman's long-term boyfriend. And in some cases, they say you shouldn't even pursue women for casual sex. If you have casual sex with women, wait for them to pursue you. Or just relegate yourself to paying for street prostitutes, professional call girls, and upscale escorts. And guys be in the comment section like, yeah, you right. You right, man. Women ain't shit. Women ain't shit. I ain't gonna never marry them. I ain't gonna never be in a relationship with them. Man, hell, I ain't gonna even fuck them. I'm gonna just play video games and I'm going to just come to YouTube and listen to my favorite coach every day so he can make me feel good about being a loser with women. I feel good about being a loser with women. I ain't getting no pussy. I ain't got nobody to go out with. I ain't got nobody to suck my dick. I jack off to internet porn every day or every other day, and goddamn it, I'm going to feel good about that shit. And then I'm going to go listen to this other dude's video who tells me to eat nothing but junk food and feel good about it. Then I'm going to go listen to this other dude's video who tells me I can be a lazy fat ass and feel good about it. Then I'm going to listen to this other dude's video that tells me I can be unemployed indefinitely and feel good about it. I'm going to feel good about this dude who tells people if you got evicted from your apartment because you couldn't pay your rent, that you should feel good about that shit. Man, that shit, I'm making light of it, but the shit to me, it's literally, it's brilliant, man. Guys want to wallow in their misery, and there's people making money off of you because you want to wallow in your misery. That's a brilliant business model. It really is. So, okay, now back to my last video. My last video, I talked about how I feel like a lot of men want to see a judgment day for women, a day of reckoning. And some people have written me responses, and I want to highlight at least one gentleman from my comment section who goes by the name Rob K. Rob K. Let's see what Rob K had to say. In one response, Rob K says, "Totally wrong. Many men are actually angry at the chaos that has erupted since society granted unrestricted power and privileges to women. Look at the destruction of family life, schools, sports, and the workplace. The destruction. If you don't consider men's voices as a legitimate rejection of feminism and misandry, then you are denying reality, in my opinion." Then he says, then another person named Drew says, "Women have choices, but men are given consequences." The destruction of family life and schools, and really now, my brother is a teacher. I'm going to have to ask him if he feels like there's been destruction in his school, because he loves teaching. And I've never heard him complain about the destruction of the school system. He's a teacher at a charter school in Northwest Indiana. And he's been a teacher now for what? Since 2004, 2005. Sports, there's destruction. With guys, NFL players getting some of the highest salaries they've ever gotten in their life. NBA basketball players getting some of the highest salaries they've ever gotten in their life. And there's destruction in the world of sports. Please enlighten me. Please. Family life is destruction. I got to bring my brother again. My brother been married for 11 years. I don't see nothing representative of destruction in his marriage. I got a lot of frat brothers who've been married for over 20 years. They ain't had no destruction in their family life. So, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're going to have to give me a hell of a lot of real specific detailed examples. I mean, sure, for every good marriage, there's going to be a bad marriage. Matter of fact, for every good marriage, there might be 2 bad marriages. That still don't discount the fact that there's good marriages. They still don't discount the fact that you got, in many families, 2 parents raising healthy children. For every good school, there's a bad school. For every good school, there might be 2 bad schools. But that doesn't discount the fact that there's still good schools where kids are learning, both boys and girls, and graduating and going on to college and improving their lives. So I don't know what you're talking about. And here's the thing. You said, Rob K, many men are actually angry at the chaos that has erupted. What chaos? What chaos? You mean these whiny motherfuckers on YouTube? You calling that the chaos that has erupted? Huh? Huh? Is that what you calling chaos? Is that what you're calling chaos? Or are you calling guys like Elliot Rodger picking up a gun or a knife and killing people? And the guy in El Paso killing people? And the guy in Dayton, Ohio killing people? And all these murderous incels? You calling that the chaos? How did women get this unrestricted power that you speak of? This unrestricted power and influence that you speak of? Y'all gave it to them. Weak-ass men gave it to them. So I don't know why you complain about women. Weak-ass men gave it to them. Or did women just punk us and take our power from us? It got to be one of the two. It ain't no in-between. Either weak, no backbone, highly lustful men gave women power and influence that they didn't deserve, which happens all the time in this society, or women just had more backbone than us and just punked us and took away the power that we once had. Which one is it? Or is it a blend of both? Either way, I'm going to criticize men. That's why pay attention to the subtitle of my book, The Possibility of Sex. See, a lot of people like to emphasize the title, but they don't emphasize the subtitle enough. Possibility of sex, how naive and lustful men are manipulated by women regularly. I should have added on one more. No backbone men. Because see, the only way women can be manipulative and run game on men is if those men are naive and inexperienced, which is a lot of my clients. That's why they come to me, for me to help them out. Are men who are naive and inexperienced. Men who just have no backbone. They don't know how to stand up for themselves. They have no backbone. They're, at minimum, they're passive. At maximum, they're just flat out wimps. Or third, they're so romantically and sexually desperate, particularly for women who are out of their league. For women who are out of their league, they're shit. Once they get a chance to smell some 7 caliber pussy, 8 caliber pussy, 9 caliber pussy, 10 caliber pussy. I lived in Los Angeles. That's arguably the national headquarters for highly manipulative and materialistic women. New York is probably a close second. I lived in Los Angeles, man. I used to work with women who were high, top tier level materialistic gold diggers. They had men paying their rent or mortgage that hadn't even fucked them yet. How is that possible? They had men buying them expensive cars, Porsches, Jaguars, Mercedes, BMWs, that they hadn't even fucked yet. How is that possible? Women were in jobs that they really weren't qualified for. Guess what? Because men wanted to fuck them, but they hadn't fucked them yet. Women were wearing clothes that they know their budget couldn't afford. But because some lustful man wanted to fuck them, he bought them clothes for her. But he hadn't even fucked her yet. You want to whine about women? Why aren't you whining about men who are spending goo gobs of money on women that they haven't fucked yet? Giving women boatloads of free, indefinite access to their non-sexual time, attention, and companionship, and they ain't getting no pussy out the deal. Where my no free attention concept comes from, that everybody on YouTube has fucking tried to duplicate. Why men are offering women job promotions in certain careers in exchange for hopefully getting a blowjob with some pussy. And then those same guys end up being the target of the Me Too movement. I don't blame women for a lot of shit. I blame you weak-ass men. Hell yeah, I do. You weak, no backbone, sexually desperate men. me on that. Bunch of punks out here. And y'all whining about women. You are punks. Yeah, tell them Alan Roger Currie said it. Anybody willing to listen. Give me your phone number, I'll tell you directly. Because that's how Alan Roger Currie rolled. Are you weak men out here? Weak, weak, weak. And y'all want to talk about women get unrestricted power and influence. Who gave it to them? You weak men gave it to them. That's who gave it to them. Or the other option is, you were so weak that they just punked you and took your power, took your influence from you. That's what they did. They took your power and influence from you. Either way, you was weak. You was weak for giving them power and influence, or you was weak for letting them take your power and influence. You a bitch. Quote me on that. Quote me on that. And if y'all want to talk to me directly, give me your number so I can talk to you directly and tell you you are a punk. If you're on here whining and bitching about women, I'll tell you, you a punk. This man right here got backbone. I don't let no women just blatantly disrespect me. Run circles around me. And that's why I ain't on YouTube complaining and bitching. I'm in a relationship now. My girl knows I run shit in our relationship. She calls me sir. She rarely, if ever, even calls me Alan. She calls me sir, as in yes, sir. Because I run shit. That's how Alan Roger Currie roll. I run shit. And I teach men how to run shit. And that's why I'm in business. Y'all know good and well y'all want to see women have a day. Number one, in extreme examples, Elliot Rodger, his feeling of having women have some kind of day of reckoning is for them to be dead. That's what a lot of murderers and incels want. Y'all want women to be dead. Some of y'all do, admit it. Y'all want women to be dead. Second thing, y'all, at bare minimum, y'all want women to be lonely, romantically lonely, and sexually frustrated so y'all can feel better about yourself. But what y'all still ain't getting no pussy. You still ain't gonna get no pussy. All the women who rejected you, they still ain't gonna give you no pussy. All the women who ignored you, they still ain't gonna give you no pussy. So what you doing? You was jacking off before, you still gonna be jacking off. Ain't no man who's satisfied with the quantity of women he's interacted with and the quality of women he's interacting with is going to be on YouTube whining and bitching. I've said that a million times. Ain't no man who's satisfied with the quantity of women he's interacting with, romantically and or sexually, and the quality of women he's interacted with romantically or sexually, going to end up on YouTube bitching about women and the gynocracy. The gynocracy. The gynocracy. Man, the gynocracy ain't got no place in my world, man. Ain't got no place in my world. At least not on I'll say this, on a personal and social level. It ain't got no place in my world. Now, on a professional level, I don't work in a 9-to-5 environment anymore. So it could. I'll give you that. If I was working a regular 9-to-5 type job, the gynocracy could have negative effects on my life. Because I openly admit it. I used to bitch. If there's one area I did used to do a lot of whining and bitching about women. I've told this story dozens of times. Is in respect to dealing with women in the workplace. From the time I was like in high school all the way up until about the age of 32. I used to do a lot of whining and bitching, and I don't want to repeat the whole story again, but my father, the day I stopped was the day my father laid me out. See, men in my father's generation, they turning over in their graves listening to you whiny motherfuckers here on YouTube. My father laid me out. He didn't even do it by cursing at me. He was very intelligent the way he broke me down. His voice was calm. He never raised his voice. But essentially, he when it came down to nigga, if I had to translate everything he said, he basically said, nigga, quit whining like a little bitch. Quit whining like a little bitch. That's what you sound like, a little bitch. He's like, that's unmanly. That's one word he did say. A lot of times when I tell the story about how my father laid me out, I paraphrase a lot of his words. But one word that was one point. He said, essentially, whining and complaining about women is unmanly. It's unmanly. This is a man who served in the armed services. My father served in the Air Force. And to him and just about all men in his generation, whining and complaining about women was unmanly. Let me bring up one more by Rob K, and then I'm going to wrap up. I disagree with some of these characterizations of red pill men. Sure, many are angry at women, but you cannot deny that some are happy without women in their lives. I just talked about that. Yeah, there's a lot of men who are happy not having a female sexual companion in their life. And there's men making money off of guys who are happy not having a regular or semi-regular female companion in their life. I think that's brilliant from a business perspective. There's guys making money off of you motherfuckers, making you guys feel happy and content with not being able to get no pussy. That is fucking brilliant. That is just brilliant. Brilliant. Let me continue. Many MGTOWs, for instance, rave about the extra resources they managed to create. Sounds like the argument against these men is they must shut up and stop criticizing women. This is as misguided as advising a recovering addict to stop talking about their drug addiction. Women have been studying and talking about men forever, while men were busy building things that men built. Where men were busy building, things that men built are collapsing all around us, especially stable families. It is only reasonable that men be allowed to look at the causes and discuss this among ourselves. This is not hate for hate's sake. What's your end game? What's your end game? You don't want to marry women? Then don't get married. Why you need to be on YouTube talking about it 100 times a year? Just don't get married. You don't want to be in a long-term relationship with a woman? Why are you on YouTube talking about it 100 days of the year? Just don't get into a relationship. See, going back to my father, that was my father's attitude in response to guys whining and complaining. His attitude was, if you're really that disgruntled about women, just stop fucking with them and shut the fuck up. Like his attitude that was that towards me. His attitude was, if you're really that frustrated about having to work for women, having a female boss, then quit your job then and find another one where you got a male boss. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. If you don't want to have sex with women, don't have sex with them. Why you need to be on YouTube for 100 days in a year talking about the shit? I know why. For some of y'all, because y'all making money off of these motherfuckers. Y'all making money off of people who wallow in their misery. It's brilliant, I tell you. It's brilliant. You make money off of people wallowing in misery over feeling good about not having a wife, not having a fiance, not having a long-term girlfriend, not having a regular or semi-regular fuck buddy. You feel good about it. And somebody making money off of you. Women are not no longer manipulating you for your financial resources, but men on YouTube are. How you like them apples? Go marinate on that. Hey, women can't do anything against you that you don't allow them to do. If a woman slaps you once, shame on her. If a woman slaps you 2 or more times, shame on you for allowing it. If a woman manipulates you out of a free dinner, shame on her. If she manipulates you out of 2, 3, 4, 5 free dinners, shame on you for allowing it. If a woman cheat on you once, shame on her. If a woman cheat on you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, shame on you, because you allowed it. If a woman disrespects you once, shame on her. You didn't know. You had no idea she was a disrespectful bitch. But she disrespects you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Shame on you, because you allowed it. You weak men allow disrespectful behavior. You weak men allow women to be manipulative. You weak men allow women to just take your power and take your influence and treat you like a bitch. You allow it. Marinate on that.